Hello Sagittarius, welcome to your August reading. So let's just jump straight into it. I feel like you guys are feeling discouraged and frustrated about something. I feel like there's almost like this energy of like replaying past versions of yourself or different versions of you who I don't know, maybe weren't quite dealing with this issue, and I feel like there's a nostalgia for that. Like, I feel like something's been attacking your light, Sagittarius. We have Libra, balance coming out. So I feel like you guys are struggling to find a sense of balance, and it might really come from your partnerships and relationships, and it feels like you guys might be struggling to sort of maintain a healthy connection with yourself and with other people. I feel like you're kind of struggling with maintaining friendships and knowing how much time to maybe spend alone and how much time to maybe spend with others. We have the air element of communication coming out. So it's definitely, August is definitely a month that's asking you to maybe open up and connect with people, and to maybe open up and be a little bit more honest with yourself about what is and isn't working for you. I feel like you guys have been sort of like giving too much of your energy away. It feels like there's just this real discouraged energy that you're in at the moment. We have Uranus, Genius, with Pisces, I believe, coming out. So the thing about August is I feel like there's these options or opportunities for communication coming in, and whether that's communicating because this Pisces is here, whether that's actually maybe directly communicating with spirit and maybe listening to your intuition and listening to your inner voice. And this is a message I've been getting for so many signs, because I feel like with Saturn in Pisces and with the Sun moving into Virgo as I'm filming this, it's automatically making its opposition to Saturn in Pisces. And so I feel like for a lot of us, it's kind of really got us needing to have a bit of like a wake-up call in what is working for us and what really isn't, because Saturn is placing restrictions on us. Saturn is asking us to maybe question where we're trying to escape from reality, or where maybe we're getting ourselves overly worked up and anxious about physical manifestations or things that we are experiencing in reality. With Pisces, I believe it's almost like this month is an opportunity, if you allow it, to quiet your mind and to really hear the voice of spirit. With 10th house, the world coming out, I feel like for some of you, it really has to do with putting yourself out there. Some of you guys might be feeling really discouraged with your career. It might be your career that's like sort of, I don't know, feeling like it's a little bit shaky or a little bit unstable at the moment with this Uranus. It might be that you, at the end of August, and I want to keep saying April, so this might be a feeling that maybe started to pop up around April, but it feels like in August, there's just this, uncertainty about maybe the next path or the next few steps forward, because you could be getting some information, you could be having some form of communication coming in that sort of has you questioning how you're wanting to move forward, especially when it comes to your career, how you're wanting to or where you're wanting to plant some new seeds. So I feel like August is just really a month to, I think, offer clear, honest opportunities for yourself to really listen and to get quiet. And I've been saying this to everyone, because Saturn is in Pisces, and because Pisces is a mutable sign, you guys are going to be feeling a square from that wherever it is that you have Sagittarius. So Saturn is going to be applying pressure to you, and it does feel like a little bit of a melancholy energy. It does feel like a little bit of a I want to say flatness, but it's not that, because it's almost like this this subtle roar that's been building for you for a while, and I think that you've been sleeping on it, you've been sitting on it, and it's developed itself into a feeling of flatness, especially with this Four of Swords. It's like, I think for a long time, Sag, you guys have been sort of in your cocoon, in your bubble, in your sort of healing process. And with this Hierophant coming out, I feel like it's really helped you to create maybe a new perception of your connection with spirit. I think you guys have sort of transformed your way of connecting with the divine, with God, whatever that looks like for you. I feel like you guys are really sort of, I just heard, like, sometimes I see this card of the ladder of ascension, you know, and I feel like you guys have been, like, you know, taking it one step at a time. It's been a slow process, but it's been a process that has really been orchestrated to really open your mind and to open your heart a lot more, because I feel like you guys in the past, I think you were more committed to, you know, just following this this earthly, and there's nothing wrong with that, but following this earthly desire to just like have some sort of external success. And I feel as though in August it's really just this like revelation that what you really deem as success is an internal connection to source. It's a connection with your own self that helps, that has you feeling at peace. You know, with this Queen of Cups, it's saying that the end of August is an opportunity for you to finally like settle these emotional waters. I feel like things have been quite emotional lately. I feel like you guys might have been having some, with this Uranus coming out, like really spontaneous arguments with people, or, you know, having a spontaneous burst of emotion at somebody, you know, things like that. It just feels like a lot of like fiery energy sort of like coming out, a bit of an explosion. And I think these explosions are a communication signal to you from spirit that is saying, hey, it's really time to like nurture and nourish your own emotions. It's really time to pay attention to what you're feeling. It's really time to listen to the subtle signals and the little things that are leading up to what you call, you know, an explosion out of nowhere. You know what I mean? I feel like there's this energy at the end of August where you're paying attention to the little things and how they're manifesting into the big things. And what I mean by that is, you know, an example would be if you're someone that notices that all of a sudden you might just like snap at somebody, and you'll ask yourself like, where did that anger come from? I think it's an important question to ask yourself, or to just start paying attention, asking yourself, what were the thoughts I was having before that interaction happened? You know, what was coming up for me? What was starting? When did I start to maybe notice myself actually getting to feel a little bit aggravated? Because you'll notice that it doesn't just happen out of nowhere. It does slowly build, and even if that building is quick, you know, it still is building. It's coming from somewhere. So I think it's paying attention to your triggers with this Queen of Cups. And these cards are really beautiful, so they're saying to me that there's an opportunity for a lot of healing. And even though things have felt really sticky and icky, and it feels like maybe you felt a little bit like stuck in the mud, all of this is really going to be opening up for you. You know, you're moving closer and closer to your season, and when the sun is in your part of the world, Sagittarius, you are just, I feel like, gonna have this opportunity to let yourself out. But at the moment, it's almost like a sifting and sorting, and a need for being compassionate with yourself, because I feel like you don't like to be down for too long. You know, you're a fire sign, so you want to be keeping on moving. You want to keep going and going and moving forward all the time. But especially because you guys are Sagittarius, your symbol is literally the arrow. So, you know, you guys always want to be moving forward and towards something. But the universe has sort of stopped you in your tracks, and this opportunity for you to reach a little bit of quietude with this Four of Wands, you know, Four of Swords, but you also do have the Four of Wands. This opportunity is to really bring yourself some solace and some peace. What you really need is peace. It's like giving me the energy of like needing to just take a bit of a rest. If you are really afraid to take a day off work to just rest, really start to question that within yourself. Start to question why you feel so afraid or so uncomfortable about giving yourself a moment to relax, a moment to rest. I feel like there's like this energy that you have in the back of your mind that feels like it needs to have a whip on your back that says, get this done, do it, make it happen, you know, all this sort of stuff. And what you're really needing with this Four of Wands and this Four of Swords is connection with people that really feel comfortable, i.e. like just being comfortable in your family, whether that's you know, because not everybody's going to have like a healthy family, but I mean, like, whether that's friends that you feel like a family or pets that feel like family, you don't need to actually maybe have physical people around you, but at the moment it's just spending quality time and maybe even reflecting and having conversations and communication with friends and people close to you about your situation, and maybe just getting a little bit of like alternative perspective. Oh my god, my dog he's got a bandage on his foot because he really hurt his claw, and the vets had to do a little thing, whatever, and he's got his bandage on and he's walking around outside, and I can see that he's literally just walked in a whole heap of mud and his bandage is now gone black and it looks like complete shit. So let's take that as a message, Sagittarius, because there are some things that look shitty on the surface but they're actually healing. You know, it looks bad on the outside but it's actually good on the inside, you know what I mean? It's actually you know, what feels like muck and ickiness and just this discomfort, what looks to be like such an uncomfortable and I want to even say disturbing moment in time, or just like, you know, time in your path or time in your journey, it's really underneath all that, it's actually turning things to gold. It's actually bringing new life to the surface. It's actually regenerating parts of you that you've completely disconnected from, or that had to be literally torn and ripped away. You know, Four of Wands and Four of Swords is healing energy, and being able to be, you know, the more you allow yourself and offer yourself opportunities to rest and to heal and to recalibrate and restore yourself, the more you're going to be able to actually enjoy the company that you have with other people. You know, when you go out after having spent a few days at home resting, relaxing, you're going to feel a lot more energized and a lot more excited to spend time with the people that you care about than if you've been, like, you know, spending every day with them and you're drained and you're feeling frustrated, you know, all that sort of stuff. There's a real need, I think, to connect with spirit for you at the end of August. There's really, like, whether that means like praying more or doing a ritual or reading a book that helps you feel really connected, you know, spending time in nature. I'm literally filming, you're the only people that I've filmed a reading for so far out in nature, so, you know, get outside. That's the thing, getting outside. And with this Queen of Cups, I always see it as like needing to spend time in the ocean, because time in the ocean is going to really help you to work through your emotions and to feel your emotions. It feels like at one point, and it might feel a little bit like it in August, like your emotions are sort of drowning you at moments, in moments. And I think a really powerful thing you could do, whether it's going for a swim or whether it's having a shower or having a bath, or even just crying, sweating, like, you know, all these things. I think water is a really powerful way for you to communicate your innermost feelings, and for you to really communicate with people in a healthy way. You know, I feel like if you allow yourself to let some of the steam out, then you're able to sort of communicate in a more authentic and a more, what's the word I'm looking for, like direct, it's literally like it's, oh, what's the word? Can't think of the word, but it's essentially, I'm trying to say, like, communicating in a way that actually gets results. Because I feel like when you lose yourself in overwhelm, and when you push things under the rug, and when you stuff things for so long that you know, you try and push past it, and you don't allow yourself time to grieve, to heal, to feel all these things, you don't allow yourself to communicate these feelings even to your conscious mind, you know, that stuff bottles up, and that's what causes the explosion. That's what literally causes the, you know, it's pressure that explodes the top off a pressure cooker. It's pressure that explodes a volcano, you know. So putting all this pressure on your subconscious, especially with this Queen of Cups, putting all this pressure on your emotional body to sort of like just heal things on its own, and to just have it all figured out. You can't. You have to give yourself some space to feel. You have to give yourself some space to really be with the feelings that you're having. And I know how uncomfortable that is. I know how annoying it is. Like, no one wants to sit and be in their anxiety, but that's kind of the only way that you can work through that anxiety, is to really truly be with it. And I feel like a lot of us as children, we were taught not to experience our emotions. We were taught not to feel anger, not to feel sadness, all these sorts of things, you know. We were You would get in trouble sometimes if you got upset about things. And so that internalizes as this adult version of ourselves that says, you're not allowed to feel pain, you're not allowed to feel these things. And so we stuff them under the rug so much that we end up having things literally just explode. Live and learn coming out for you. So yeah, like living and learning that life hurts sometimes. Life isn't always going to be feeling good. It's not always going to be feeling happy and joyful, and that's hard sometimes for you, Sag, because you're ruled by Jupiter, you know. Sagittarius is an energy that wants to, very Four of Wands, it wants to have fun, it wants to play, very Hierophant with this card too. Not really traditional Hierophant, but I find that this Hierophant card can give me Sag vibes because it's just seeking so much joy in its pursuit of spirit, you know what I mean? So I feel like you guys, like, you've had to learn so many lessons, and I think at times you might have felt like spirit had forsaken you or forgotten you or left you behind, and I feel like like I'm literally seeing this bird here. It's like shooting out little love hearts or speaking out little love hearts. Like I'm seeing that as literally the divine this whole time whispering in your ear saying, you've got this, it's okay, you're gonna make it. Like with this communication, like especially for some of you guys who are trying to start a business or to launch a new career or to do something just really big and out in the world that makes you uncomfortable. Even if it's moving somewhere different or just doing something totally different than you've done before, starting a new hobby, you know, even maybe, you know, joining a new team, it feels like that's scary, you know, it feels like that's a really big deal, but Spirit has been here guiding you and whispering in your ear the whole time, pushing you along this path, saying it's okay, you're going to make it, it's all going to be good. Even though it's uncomfortable, even though things might feel shaky and uncertain, you know, we got this, I got this, trust that we have this together. You also have Odd Sock, which says, I am uniquely, wonderfully me. I love this card so much because essentially he's accepting the fact that he's odd. He likes to wear odd socks. He's not like everybody else, and you guys aren't like everybody else. You know, you've proved to yourself over and over and over again that you have a capacity to communicate and to connect with other people and to connect with your community that a lot of other people don't have. Like, you have this sense of charisma, Sagittarius. And I feel as though, you know, sometimes this oddness to you or this difference that you have, or maybe it's even some of the things that you're interested in or your beliefs, people might find strange. People might be a little bit uncomfortable at what it is that you trigger within them. But the thing is really living and learning that other people's reactions to you are more about them than they are about you. Obviously, unless you're, you know, you're doing something really fucked up, but I'm assuming that if you're on my channel, you're not going to be someone that's out here doing fucked up shit in the world. So, you know, what does this say? It says, I'm patient with myself and energized by learning. So it's being patient with yourself in this process because, like I said, you've wanted to just kind of make things happen and have this new version of you be put out in the world and experienced by others, but you're needing to sort of give yourself space. I feel like a gratitude practice, gratitude for where you already are and all the things that you've already been able to manifest. I feel like some of you guys have manifested yourself out of situations that were extremely toxic, but you're now searching for the next thing, you know what I mean? It's like giving me the energy of someone who moved out of a toxic relationship and they moved into their own home, and it was a shitty little apartment, but they didn't give a crap because they were just so excited and so happy to be in their own space. And now they've been in their own space for a year or two, and they're now ready to look for something that's a bit more expansive. You know, they've opened themselves up to a different vibration, and now you're in an energy of being able to call in something bigger than you ever saw for yourself, you know, 3 years ago. So fertile foundation coming out, joy sprouts within me. You know, this is about you, like I said, getting quiet and really connecting with yourself so that this foundation can begin within you, because that's where everything sort of stems from. It stems from the way you feel. It stems from the way you connect with yourself. If you're walking through life just completely blinded by your own emotions, if you're completely just at mercy of your thoughts and at mercy of your reactions, then, you know, you're not able to build a fertile foundation. Then you're not able to truly build a life that feels deeply resonant to you and connected to spirit, as well as physically joyful and something to celebrate, because, you know, you're not actually fully connected. That's the energy of people that get to, you know, midlife crises with Uranus, midlife crisis, and go, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, what have I done? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you guys are in an energy of avoiding that. And so being patient and watering the seeds that you've planted, even if they don't look the way you thought they were going to look at this point in time, it is what it is, you know? Self-acceptance. I feel like that's the biggest thing that's coming up, is just accepting where you are at and no longer judging it, and giving yourself opportunities to actually rest and breathe. And you're going to find that the more time you allow yourself to actually take off from what's overwhelming you, the more you're going to allow yourself to receive downloads, energy, inspiration, all that sort of stuff. If you don't ever give yourself an opportunity to slow down and to relax and to receive, you're literally not going to be able to move forward, because you're not going to receive new ideas. You're not going to be replenished. That's how people burn out. That is literally burnout. You know, so I feel like things are going to be really heating up as we move through September, you know. And we move into eclipse season as well in October. So, you know, things are going to be heating up. Things are going to be really like coming to the surface. And so, you know, have patience with yourself and have patience with the process. Because like I say all the time, Rome wasn't built in a day. And this fertile foundation, you know, these plants aren't going to grow overnight. Carrots don't grow overnight. They take months. Gardens take months, you know. Gardening might be something that really helps you to have patience and to slow down a little bit, because it helps you to really see the truth in the fact that, you know, things take time to grow. Babies don't just automatically, you don't get pregnant and then give birth a week later. You know, it takes 9 months. So give yourself a gestation period. You're in a gestation period, all right? I love you so much, Sagittarius. I'm going to leave this reading here. Please do let me know down below what is going on with you. If you feel like sharing, if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, what are you doing? If you want to book a personal tarot or astrology reading with me, you can do that through the link down below. Head to my website. I have live readings and I have pre-recorded readings. I have little ebooks. I have audio recordings. I have all sorts of fun little things, my friends. Yeah, so I would like to thank your angels, your ancestors, your higher self, your spirit guides, and all the beautiful benevolent beings that are surrounding you and I in all moments, for allowing me to receive and to deliver this message to you. I hope that you have the most incredible end of your August, and I will see you in your September reading, Sagittarius. I love you. Farewell.